Hey up everyone, welcome to another video. In this video, might be a good mate, known him for a long time, worked with him for a long time. He's been into shooting for about 12 months now. We've been out on a few occasions together. On this particular morning, we decided to take a feeder each, look out for grey squirrels. Matt's not shot a grey squirrel before this session, so I'm hoping to get him his first squirrel. Feeders are just getting active. Natural food is just starting to dwindle. I'm taking this feeder. They're still scranning, they're still looking for food, still storing food for winter. And this is Matt's feeder for the morning. I've lent Matt my camcorder with my GoPro mount, so hopefully I'll be able to capture some footage. And I'll be able to show you from both perspectives how we got on. Now we're in constant contact through WhatsApp. I just got something in my eye there. We're messaging backwards and forth. And I've seen first set of movement. So get myself ready. Here's a grey squirrel. It's only a youngster, probably one of this year's youngsters. And I take aim. That's the first one it bagged for me. With a little bit of jumping about, but it did come to rest a couple of yards just off camera. I text Matt, I WhatsApped him, tell him that I'd got one down. He literally texted straight back and said, yep, I've got one down too. So at this stage of morning, we're level pegging. So here's Matt. He's seen some movement at bottom of feeder. He's getting himself ready. He's nicely tucked away in one of my hides. Squirrel's gone to the left. It's gone up trunk at tree. He's just waiting for it to present itself. He's waiting patiently. I gave plenty of advice before the morning started, before we got underway with his sessions. And squirrel is sat on top of feeder. They've been chewing top of that feeder, but you'll see that later in the video. It must be a favoured perch for him at the moment. Matt's done well. He's got a squirrel on deck. He's managed to record footage as well. So excellent work from him, really. He also used camcorder to his advantage. And he filmed a bit of wildlife footage. So here's a nice M pheasant. I instructed Matt before the session got underway that these pheasants are now off limits. I've got permission to shoot a few, but I've got a couple of permissions now where I don't have a limit on how many pheasants I can take. So I take them from there rather than here. There's plenty of natural food still about. But over the next 3-4 weeks, that'll be cached away by squirrels, or it'll be rotten or lost. So feeders are going to pick up, activity is going to pick up. We'll have to be patient and wait for his opportunities for more squirrels to come to feed us. I've spotted some more movement. It's quite a blustery morning. Winds were between 15 and 20 mile an hour. So a tricky shooting for both of us. But we're only at about 25 yards, so pellet's not too affected by wind. Got a nice clean kill. Another squirrel on deck. This thrashing about's normal. If you're a hunter, you'll understand. It's just body shutting down. Here it is in slow motion. Aim point's just above eye. So pellet's going to cross straight through brain. It's a favoured shot of mine. I've recently been sent a new product. It's a Dassoon trail camera. And on this session I tested it out. I set it up on Matt's feeder. Review video will be out by now. And he captured some really good footage. Did capture his shots, which were unusual, and I don't really know why. But we'll keep trialling it. But overall, quality is really good. And I'll keep testing it out and see what footage I can get, and then what footage I do get, I'll incorporate it in my videos. I'll let you see it firsthand, and you can make your own minds up. So far I've got 2 squirrels on deck. Matt's got 1. But he's seen some more movement. Gets himself ready. He's got a squirrel feeding contently on feeder. He lines up. And you can tell from movement of that squirrel, they were dead before it hit ground. Excellent shooting and good camera work as well from Matt. Again, that thrashing about's normal, and it's just body shutting down at nerves, giving up. And here it is in slow motion. So we're tying it to each. I've got a couple of squirrels on floor. I've spotted some movement. But this time it's not a squirrel, it's a magpie. Just saw a flash of black and white to my right hand side. It gave me time to react. I got myself ready. And I tracked magpie's movements from right to left, and I'm just waiting for it to present me an opportunity to take a shot. I'm happy with that. Shot to engine room. As you can see, there were lights out within a few seconds. I'm in constant communication with Matt through WhatsApp, and he has had a third squirrel. He didn't manage to capture footage. The squirrel were only about 10 yards away. They were worried about if he were fiddling about with camera that it spooked squirrel. So he did the right thing. He concentrated on job in hand. We're primarily there to control pests, so that should be your number one priority. And there is occasions where you have to prioritise, and you'll take the shot rather than try and capture the footage. So he did the right thing. So at this point, he's got 3 squirrels on ground, and he's doing really well. Again, I saw a little bit more movement. I'm getting myself ready, and let's see what it is. When this squirrel does come and rest, it goes on branched at left hand side at feeder. If you look closely, you'll notice it's only got one eye. We're at a bit of a disadvantage, couldn't see me from where it were, and I take it out nice and clean. A little bit of jumping around. I was a little bit concerned that shot weren't good because of wind. I went straight out, checked, and it were about 3 yards behind that base at tree. And it were dead. So it were a good shot. It was just an overreaction from squirrel. So a really good session for me. It's quite a breezy, blowing morning. So a tricky shooting. I managed to get 3 squirrels, a magpie in bag. Really pleased. Really good session. Feeders are producing, and they're only going to get better over the next month or so. So as usual, using Ultimate Sporter, .177 caliber, sub 12 foot-pound, right works tuned, shooting JSB exact pellets, 10.34 grain, and rifles topped with ATM 4K Pro 3x14. Absolute tack driver, never lets me down. Absolutely amazing setup. So feeders produce yet again. You saw me top this up last weekend, I think it were. It's like there's plenty of feed left in it. Let's have a sneak peek in lid. Yeah, plenty in there. My feeder went quiet after that last squirrel, so I picked up my quarry, got my gear together, and I'm heading over them couple of fields there where Matt's situated. I'll go and find him. Here's Matt, just making sure we haven't forgot any gear. He'd left shooting bag inside hide that he'd been resting on. Come on, Matthew. See where they've been chewing lid. Little fuckers. Plenty of food and all, just chewing for the sake of it. That feeder's alright. Plenty of wheat left in that.
You want to me?
Yeah.
Do me hair.
So I've got a mate with me today. He's been watching one feeder, I've been watching another. So 3 squirrels. Been using his Krell Knight 177 caliber, sub 12 foot-pound. His top weight and hook scope. Successful morning for both of us really. So it's combined tally. I had 3 squirrels each. I had a bonus magpie. Brilliant session really. Here's a little bit more trail cam footage from the Soon trail cam. Here's Matt picking up his couple of squirrels a bit earlier on each session. Then I come along, check feed levels, level it out inside feeder. I get my camera out, my phone. You'll have seen this little bit of footage. Just taking a couple of pictures and just showing you how much feed's left in. So that brought a session to an end. Ended up with 6 squirrels and a magpie between us. Squirrels were prepped. Into the freezer. Kept a couple back for COVID bait for winter so I could start targeting magpies and crows again. Here's different stages. These are all in freezer now, ready to eat. To be honest, I've got a freezer full of squirrel, so I'm going to have to come up with some ideas to get them cooked up. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Hey up everyone, welcome to another video. In this video I'm going to do something slightly different. It's going to be a catch and cook. And I've kindly been sent some new products for a company called Bigfoot Bushcraft. So the purpose of this video is to showcase these products. But first off, we'll start with a little bit of hunting action. Here's me with my son, Cohen. I'm teaching him how to stalk. I'd spotted a pheasant in distance and I'd asked him to stalk into it. You can just see it taking off on the left hand side there. And here's a few shots that I took on that morning. Nice clinical shot, don't get much better than that. And here's a 50-yard woody. That bowl over pretty well. So these products that have been sent to me, the fire striker, ferro rod, fire steel, some fire plugs, a tinder tin. So here I am. I'm out in my hide, and purpose of this morning is to shoot something, some quarry, either squirrels, wood pigeon. I'll show you at rest as morning unfolds. I've noticed some movement. in woodland canopy. Just get myself ready for the shot. Whoa, you weren't expecting to see that, were you? Haha, only kidding. This is just to showcase Bigfoot bushcraft products again. Just a bit of humour, a bit of laugh, hope you enjoy it. Now let's get back to real action and see what really caught my attention. So I've seen this grey squirrel. Did its usual trick. It was scavenging about on the floor. I wonder if I'm going to get an opportunity. I wait for it to keep still. It looks like it's going to go onto the feeder. Nearly fell off branch then. Must have cut its nails. I'm thinking about a shot there, but I'm conscious that it's going to be fidgety. And you know what it's like when you shoot with squirrels. Head movement catches your eye. That is what I want to see. But again, straight back onto a tree trunk. It don't quite disappear out of sight. I can just see it behind foliage. So I'm waiting patiently. And this time I get my opportunity. Patience has paid off. I waited for the right moment. And that's vital when you're shooting squirrels. Usually if you do come to a feeder and they're intent on feeding, you're going to get 2 or 3 minutes. So there's no reason to rush. Wait for your opportunity. Wait for them to settle. Get yourself nice and composed. And then finish off with a nice clinical dispatch. So I did say earlier in the video, I was here for a catch and cook style video. So 1 squirrel's enough for me on this particular morning. I did give it half an hour, just seeing if any others had follow, because they were a bit fidgety, so I thought a second squirrel might be in the area. It weren't to be, so I got out my hide, take a mosey on over to the feeder. I just checked that squirrels dispatch properly before I pick it up, which you should always do. You don't want to pick a squirrel up with its tail, find out it's still semi-conscious, and it turn around and bite you. If you've seen they're incisors, it's going to be a nasty bite. They are a rodent, so more than likely you're going to get some sort of infection, and then you're going to end up a bit unwell. Always get a little kick, make sure there's no life left in its body, then pick it up, and you'll be good to retrieve it. Morning everyone. So, been out since first light. It's about -3, -4 in UK this morning. So it's pretty cold. As you can see, I'm wrapped up, really warm. Plenty of layers on, thermals on underneath. The aim of this session is come out, bag something. In this instance it's a squirrel. And what I'm going to do, we're going to do a catch and cook. So I've got a couple of new products that have been sent by a company called Bigfoot Bushcraft. So I'm going to put them to use. I'm going to take probably one of these legs off just to make it easy because I'm out in the field. I'll cook one of these legs up while we're here. Folding stove. I've got some bits of kindling as well, just to get fire going. So as well as kindling, I've got some charcoal, a few pieces of that. Pop this into fire. Get a couple of pieces of this kindling now. Pop this in fire. That big one first. Right, so I mentioned Bigfoot Bushcraft. So what they've sent me is these fire plugs. Nah, these are waterproof. You can actually submerge these in water, get a fire striker or a lighter, and it's going to light every time. Quite simple. Bend plug. Rub two halves against each other and just pull it apart. Let's open one of these up, see what they're all about. It's in a nice foil packet. Keep them nice and dry, nice and fresh, waterproof. And that's the one inside. So, supposed to bend them. Tougher than it looks on TV. Keep twisting. Tell you what, I need this to warm me up. Here we go. I can feel it going now. Untwist it a bit. And there we go. So what I'll do, pop these on top of here. So again, they sent me one or two little bits and bobs. Bigfoot Bushcraft, fire striker and steel. Let's have a look. So there we go. Your fire steel. Nice piece of paracord, decent length as well, perfect. Then you got your fire striker. All we've got to do now is get this fire going. Show you how it works. Put that to that fire plug, that fire should get going nicely. can see that's burning really well. Coals are getting hot. I can add a few more if I need to. Just need to get this squirrel skinned up now. What I'm going to do first, pinch belly here. Hard to show you, but like that. That's it. Make a little incision. Can't show you too much on YouTube because a bit funny like that these days. What I'm doing now, I'm going to work, knife down one of the legs. All I'm doing, putting points at blade, leg, just following it down towards foot. Show you in a sec. Keep working it, keep working it. All I've done, look, exposed leg. Then I'm going to get my fingers, the tweed skin. A bit smoky in here this morning. See? Sort of undressing it, that's all I'm doing. See how legs coming out? So then what I'll do, just going to cut into that joint. Cut it. Try and pop that ball joint now. Just cut it from the other end a bit. That should just twist within a fashion and then just pull off. You got one leg. That's not going to go to waste. That's coming home with. I'll make use of everything else. We ain't magpies. Just fold that up. Keep it hygienic, keep it clean. Get rid of some hairs. I brought a bit of water to just get a rinse. So what I'm going to do now is quickly rinse it off. anybody think I come prepared. So pop that in there. Take these off now. Finish with raw meat. And then I've just made a little mix up in here. So it's got salt, pepper, bit of garlic and some barbecue seasoning. That's enough. Put a little bit more on the other side of it. Nice and seasoned. Just want that wood. It's better. So here we go. You can see nice white coals. Got the squirrel leg in there, all seasoned. I think it's time to get it on fire. There we go, bit of jiggery pokery, and we're on. Let's get it cooking up. Fire's just starting to die down now. Coals are still white. Just about there. We'll get another couple of minutes, give it some munch, and that'll be a wrap for today. So here's a little bit of action off home bird feeder. I'd noticed a big rat feeding away. Typical, I got rifle out, having a look for it, and it weren't coming round to the front and presenting itself like it were earlier at night. But I see it just between lattice and fencing. There's a safe backstop, there's a tree and a lot of bushes and a mound of earth behind this fence. It does move, just there, and I can see its head now. It looks like I'd missed, but it pulled back, and about 30 seconds later it flipped itself out. Here it is next morning when I retrieved it in snow. These products you're seeing now, you've seen them in video, they're absolutely fantastic. I'd endorse them to anyone that's into bushcraft, outdoors, fishing, shooting, hunting, whatever it may be. Have a look, really happy with quality of them, and they're well worth a purchase.